Hello guys, welcome to this live stream. I hope everybody is really doing well. And just hold on. How things, guys? I hope one second. What is this device? Yeah, perfect. Got it. So guys, welcome to this live stream and welcome to this new chapter of my professional career. So from the August, I have my own community and I've got a good response, more than 300 members so far. And thank you so much to each and every one of you for your support. Well, right now we are in the month of August, guys, and before we deep dive into our analysis, just want to share you and give you heads up that I want each and every one of you guys to save your money, have your funds in your hand. There is going to be an opportunity which we will be getting it in next few days to buy the dips in the market. So, and when this opportunity comes, you all should be having lots and lots of money on your hand so that you can buy and probably just leave it so that that opportunity can give you a very nice returns and probably that is going to increase or make you wealth. So I just would like to take few seconds. I've just come up with my new community called 21M Technicals. The 21M Technicals is all about educating everyone and to how to make wealth, using trading or maybe investing in crypto commodities. Forex is going to be taken care later in this year, but because my main focus will be on crypto and commodities at this point, and of course indexes like SPX, Nasdaq, and maybe even Indian stock markets. Basically, guys, I'm really glad, and I just want to thank each and every one of you for your support. So now let's move on to the technical part of this session. So first of all, after a long time, I'm just joining in and seeing a lot of people are on this live stream. So thank you so much. As I mentioned, you're going to get this opportunity, guys. So you don't waste that buying opportunity. It's coming sooner than you think. And I've been telling you this since June, that there is an opportunity which is going to come. And even when I was in the previous group, the opportunity is coming, believe me or not. And that when opportunity comes, you just don't want yourself to or to just be greedy. I don't want you to be greedy to wait for the price like 12k or 11k or whatever. I have mentioned ample of times, anything under 18k or even 20k is the best buying opportunity for Bitcoin. It's going to be a generational buying opportunity. Why? Let me give you 3 reasons. First, the Bitcoin physical coins on the exchanges has been depleting. It's reducing day by day, which means that either people are buying, someone is buying big, like BlackRock or Fidelity or whatever. They are buying big and they are just storing moving those bitcoins from exchanges to their wallets. So the bitcoins from the exchanges are depleting, guys, and it's a good and a big moment. Second important thing is, the halving is going to come, and that's automatically going to reduce the output of Bitcoin, to the miners. It's going to increase the block, reduce the block size. So practically, it also means that, there will be less Bitcoin, coming or generating day by day in the market. The third thing is, after all this news for ETF, now let's say even if ETF gets rejected, even if it's get rejected, but now it's like there is a mentality that every big institutions wants to have the Bitcoin ETF. So there's a human mentality. So they want it. Now it happens or not, that's a different story, but they want it. It means that they feel that Bitcoin is a long-term, wealth generating asset class, and they want that for their clients, which means that even if they fail to get the ETF approval, one or the other way, this individual investors are going to jump in the market after that. Which also brings me to the conclusion, whatever dips you get under 20k or 18k, you simply need to press the buy button and forget for the next 1 year, guys. Why? This is not a financial advice, but this is what, based on my experience and my technical knowledge of the market, I'm telling you, there is a way of making wealth from Bitcoin. So how? I've already been discussing this in the previous groups and the previous streams. What you simply need to do is, even if you buy Bitcoin, let's say at 20k, you don't want to wait for 18k or even 17k or even 15k. No, you are happy buying 20k. Simply buy. Now, when we will see, that there is that the trend is not shifting to bullish, it's just simply dumping and dumping, we will definitely, move our Bitcoin to coin margin contracts on Bybit or Binance. And what you can do is hedge your Bitcoin spots by simply shorting 1x leverage, and that is going to take care of your losses. Once we see that Bitcoin is literally going down to, let's say, 15k, no problem, we are going to make money from the short, from the hedge. And then once we see that Bitcoin is dumping literally to the 12k targets, for example, just a hypothetical scenario, we're going to start building coin margin contract bags for like a bull run. So the coin margin bags for the bull run will be in Bitcoins and not in USDT, BTC USD. No, we want to accumulate more and more and more amount of Bitcoin, guys. That's what the purpose is. My target is to accumulate more and more of Bitcoin. So I want you to make your target as well. Forget about the shit coins. Forget about the altcoins. No, your focus should be on Bitcoins. Remember, altcoins, many of you guys are, many of you guys are very much focused on altcoins because lot of groups or lot of, crypto groups, they focus on scalping. Scalping is going to give you a bread and butter. If you really want that amount of wealth that can feed you for a lifetime, not only you but your children, you need to focus on how to make wealth, guys. And the wealth is only will be made when you have a long-term plan and execution. So that's what I'm trying to discuss over here on the stream. Okay, scalping is a different thing. Okay, we're going to focus on scalping day by day, but your primary focus should be on your net worth. How you want your net worth to rise. Your net worth is going to rise from the wealth, from the investments you're going to make in Bitcoin, guys. Trust me. And nobody's going to tell you. If you don't like my streams, you can simply, just exit it. But this is the hard fact. You need to focus on making wealth, and you need to have lot of patience for that to happen. So once we have the coin margin contract, we will start building long positions slowly and gradually. Max, we will go 3x leverage on the coin margin contracts, and I'm ready to read this coin margin contracts right for the next 2 years. My primary target for the Bitcoin is $500,000 per Bitcoin, guys. Yes, that's my target, because every big institution investors are going to pump the market, and they need more and more amount of liquidity and profits from this asset class for their for their investors. So they're going to pump the market not only to 100k, 200k. So once we go to 120k, all the retail institutional investors are going to get out of the market. They will think that we are topped out, we're just going to dump, we are topped out, and they're just going to keep on pushing the price to 300k, 350k. And once we start crossing the psychological level of 300k, 350k, Every retailers who have sold at 120k, they're going to start jumping back into the market, pushing the price towards 500k, and they will start exiting the market. The institutions are going to start booking profits in the market. That's how they make generational wealth, and that's how I'm going to make generational wealth, of course. And I want you guys to make generational wealth as well. I don't want you guys to, I want each and everyone on the stream, like almost 120 viewers. I want all of you guys, to make a generational wealth. So be filthy rich. That's what the idea and purpose is. So stay with me, guys, and just note it down somewhere. You don't need to be afraid when Bitcoin go under 20k at some point. Just simply buy. You don't need to wait for the perfect bottom as well. There are lots and lots of way to make money. Coin margin contracts is one of the best way to make money. Even if you literally buy spot bags and you feel that you are trapped, you have bought it much higher, you will always have the way to get it cheap. So that is one thing. Second, don't focus on alts when we get a dip. Bitcoin will always be the first to pump. It's always going to be the first. Once Bitcoin starts the bull run, every alts are going to start catching up. You remember when Bitcoin literally reached the 60k levels previously, and then it started dumping to 30k or 28.7 to be precise. AXS Infinity was literally around few cents, and when Bitcoin from 28.5 started pumping to making new highs, Infinity started pumping from cents to like going to hundreds and dollars. I mean, lot and lot, Similarly, Solana, so you will get Luna. You'll get a lot and lot of opportunities to buy also at that point of time. So first, your focus should be on Bitcoin. That's it. No Ethereum, nothing. Your focus should be on Bitcoin. And I'm telling you why no Ethereum. I'll give you the reason. So why I think that Ethereum is not going to be the good asset class for you guys to make wealth at this point. I'll give you my reason. And the reason is not, psychological, or it's not like any theory. No, it's purely technical. I'll show you the chart why I think ETH is not going to outperform much versus Bitcoin. So I think BTC is your best asset class. Now let's go to the technical analysis of the Bitcoin, guys. Feel free to like and subscribe my page. The 21M Technicals on the Twitter. And if you would like to join my Discord as well, the link is mentioned in the description. Yes, I will explain, the coin margin contracts. So it's how to use it, guys. So let's say today the price of the Bitcoin is around 29k, and you are feeling very bullish. You think that Bitcoin is literally going to pump from here to new highs. Okay, fine. So what are you going to do? Okay, I'm going to put all my money, whatever I have, like let's say whatever it is, I'm going to buy spot bags. But what happened? Bitcoin suddenly started losing the weekly OB. That the green color what you're watching is your weekly OB. Till we are inside, once the weekly OB is lost and you feel that, oh my god, I've made a big mistake, I need to literally hedge my spot bags. But you also feel FOMO, that no, I don't want to sell this Bitcoin bags because what if it just reclaimed the OB and it start pumping? So what are you going to do about it? Okay, let it have a weekly closure and the weekly OB, and what are you going to do is you transfer your spot bags, spot Bitcoin to coin margin contracts in either Bybit or Binance. They both have it. Okay, you will transfer your spot Bitcoin to the futures account, and what you're going to do is, first of all, go to the leverage and limit your leverage to maximum 3x. Okay, you don't want to be greedy, playing 100x, 20x, 10x, or I would say even 7x, or I would say even 5x. Just don't use more than 3x. And what you're going to do is, then we see that if the level is lost, you simply short that Bitcoin 1x, only 1x. We're not going to build the coin margin long contracts. And when the price literally start dumping, you're fine. You're not going to lose anything, but your USD value is going to remain intact. Your Bitcoin value is going to remain intact. You are in a win-win situation. And once you see that we have reached 20k, close your hedge, book the profits. You still have that money in your hand, and that's how the coin margin contract work. And once you feel that the 18k level is reached, or whatever the levels you have reached, and you want to start building the long-term coin margin contract or Bitcoin bags. Let's say you only have one Bitcoin, only spot, but you need to literally build some bags. What you're going to do is you start slowly, every dip you start adding 0.1 BTC, 0.1 BTC in your coin margin contract. That's nothing but your futures, Bitcoin futures. But that Bitcoin futures will use Bitcoin as base currency and not USDT. I hope you get it. And then you'll slowly, start building till you literally reach 3x, and you leave it and let the Bitcoin rise. And let's say Bitcoin literally pumps to 500k. So your average is 20k on the coin margin contracts long, practically, which means that you have got 3 Bitcoin coin margin contracts worth 20k. Bitcoin reaches to 500k, for example, which means that 25x increase in price in Bitcoin, you're going to make 75 Bitcoin. 25x into 3 Bitcoins you have. So your profit will be 75 Bitcoin. You close the long positions at 500k, you make 75 Bitcoin. You already had 1 Bitcoin in spot bags, 76 Bitcoins, and there will be some fees, like 2 to 3 Bitcoin will be fees probably. So net you're going to make around 72 Bitcoins into 500k will be roughly around, you can compute how many millions you're going to make. But if the same theory you use in your USDT, you're not going to be anywhere near to the amount you're going to make with Bitcoins. So that's why the coin margin contract is the best way to make you wealth. Trust me. And trust me, you don't want to be greedy. Don't use leverage more than 3x when you are literally building a huge long-term bag. Just don't use that much amount of leverage. The 3x leverage is simply going to give you millions and millions, guys. Trust me. I hope this helps. But practically, when you will start using it, you'll understand it more. If you need more knowledge, simply join my group. And even if you don't want membership, just create a ticket and ask me anything. I'll help you. Don't worry. So now let's go to the deep technical analysis of the Bitcoin. So a few days back, I mentioned that the weekly time frame on the Bitcoin is really looking bearish. 3-day is looking bearish, and you also have this harmonic, and which is very, very bearish, honestly. If you ask me, this harmonic, I already had this harmonic when we were literally at 31.5, and I mentioned even if you get one more push towards 31.8, which is nothing but a 2022 equilibrium, it's going to be the best shorting opportunity for Bitcoin. I'm having that shorts on Bitcoin, from 31.5, and because I had a spot bags. If you remember, I asked everyone to buy spot bags at $16,800 in the previous group, and I'm holding that bag, but I've hedged my bag at 31,500, and not only have I hedged it, I am having a net short position on Bitcoin from 31,500 with my stops at break even. Now, why I think that Bitcoin is literally going to break down. So first of all, you have the harmonic. Now let's go to this harmonic is really bearish, honestly, if you ask me. Now let's go to the, some of the technical indicators. Well, if you just look at here, you have the RSI. RSI is not giving any bullish divergence yet. So what you want is you want RSI to go to the green line, and once it goes under 30, we can definitely say that the RSI is getting resetting. However, also RSI is under 50, which also says that the current trend is down. It's not that there is a reversal in or shift in trend at the moment. No, the trend is not shifting at this moment. Also, just look at the 3-day chart for the Bitcoin. Still, the 3-day RSI is literally touching 51 or 50 levels, and I do expect the RSI to 3-day RSI to break down as well. And once it starts breaking down, it's going to at one point is going to have a retest of 50, which is going to give us a small bounce towards 30.5 or maybe even 29.9 levels, weekly levels. So that is going to give us a nice short opportunity if you're still not there. Now let's look at the weekly. The weekly RSI is also breaking down under the MA21. So MA21, it just broke down, which clearly indicates that, guys, the trend is shifting to downwards. Excuse me. And also we have a bearish divergence, as you can see here. The RSI made not higher highs, but the lower highs, but the price made higher highs. So we had a bearish divergence, which is in play at the moment, guys. So the weekly divergences take some time to play, but when it literally starts playing out, trust me, you won't get a chance to, to not only enter the trade, but you won't get a chance to get out if you're in the wrong side of the trade. It's just going to simply liquidate your positions, you know. So the weekly RSI is bearish. So you have to keep that in mind. Overall, the hard term time frames are bearish, and I feel that, it's just going to be a matter of time that we will break down. But why are we not breaking down, guys? Why? What is the reason? Now, let's understand it. So you have, the not only you have the weekly OB here. Now let's try. I'm just going to hide this harmonic for now, okay? So that we get a clarity of what are we talking about. So just look at the levels. You have the weekly OB. The green box is your weekly OB, and then you also have the daily OB as well over here, the brown box that you have. And that daily OB has good levels, like you have quarterly levels, you have the neckline like the previous breakdown levels. So you have a lot of support there. Now once we are just holding that support, we also have the 0.5 fib, which is also acting as a support. So hence, what I personally feel is, till we don't lose this OB, the quarterly levels of 28,500, we might see a push, one more push towards, a 30, practically roughly around $31,000, or maybe even 30,800 bucks. So for a concrete or a big breakdown, we need the price to start getting accepted under 28,474.4. Once that happens, once the price gets acceptance under 28,474.4 on daily, khalas, the dump is going to start loading. It's just going to retrace the whole move. However, everybody wants that. Everybody wants the easy way to make money. So what I personally feel is, remember yesterday to the Pro Premium, I posted a chart for the lower term time frame analysis in my in the 21M technicals. I expect Bitcoin to go to $28,500 or 28,450 to be precise, and that is going to give us a bounce. And if we hold that neckline of 28,450 on Bitcoin, we can expect a push towards 30,500, something like this. So you hold this here, we got a bounce, and you get one more push up like this, can even go to 31,000 one more time, and it start doing something like this. And it's going to be very, very interesting, guys. So everybody would like to short here. Yeah, it's very easy shorting the range lows. Trust me, it's very, very, very easy. It's very easy to short the range lows. But for me, I don't never short the range lows. You should never short the range lows. You should short the range lows only and only once that range low is lost and it start retesting here. Once it retests, short it and let it continue downwards like this. That's how you should short it. That's the proper way of shorting it. Now, if you really want to short it, it's just going to form a very interesting something like this, and then most likely it's just going to dump down. That's what I expect for the Bitcoin to happen. However, let's say in a case that where Bitcoin starts flipping 31K, then we'll have to just exit our shot. It might just go for a very interesting, very, very interesting, you can say a diagonal kind of a structure. But I don't know why the diagonal will form here, as we have a weekly bear divergence and a lot of other stuffs we have. So at this point, I don't know why the what do you say, a very very much diagonal structure will form. But this is an idea that is a likelihood. But I still think the diagonal is not going to play out, because for a diagonal to play out, it needs a concrete reasoning. Like, so for example, it should be a fifth wave, or there should be something like a C wave, which I don't think so. It's not a fifth wave or a C wave. So it's more likely, in my view, is some sort of, the fourth wave. Now, if you remember the fourth wave, I posted something called, the bearish, what I say, hold on. This is known as, hold on, Perfect. And let me just make it downward. So this is known as your broadening wedge top. So the broadening wedge top pattern normally forms when you have like a wave 1, 2, okay, and then this was like a wave 3, and this is like a wave A. The pump suddenly was a wave B, irregular expanded flat, and then you're gonna like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave C retest, and once that happened, people will be very bearish, and suddenly out of nowhere it start pumping towards 33,000 bucks for the wave 5. So this is a very likely event, and then we start going back down towards 18k, guys. So it just might not give you that 18k so easily, and it might not even give you that 33k or 34k easily. If it pumps from from here to 33k, it's very simple. Everybody is going to make money, including myself and you guys as well. So every Tom, Dick and Harry is going to make money off this move, which is like the market psychology doesn't work that way. And if you really want this, the broadening top pattern is very, very likely to play out. If you remember, in May I posted this even on Twitter. The broadening top is very, very likely to play out, which means that the harmonic is also going to play out. The harmonic target is the sweep of the lows, and once it starts sweeping under 24.8, the 23.3 is going to be the best levels in my view for buying Bitcoin. And I think once it does, I think I'm literally going to go all in spot. I'm currently only holding 25% Bitcoin spots, and already I have hedged it and having net short positions from 31.5. However, I would like to add more and more. I would just go 100% or maybe like 80% spot bags, anything under 24.6 till 23.3, and I'm probably just going to wait, and even if I feel that I've just FOMO'd over there, I'm just going to hedge it with coin margin contract. So, and I'm also going to help you guys build that coin margin contracts, inshallah. So this is the broadening top pattern, guys. This drawing, whatever you're watching, is known as the broadening top pattern, which is my primary idea for this Bitcoin. It's not going to give you 33k easily. It's not going to give you that 18k easily. No. So that is, we are just going to simply chop in between, and it's going to literally wreck every damn retailers in between, just figuring out what is going to happen with the Bitcoin. But this is how the market psychology works. That's what exactly the market makers want you to think, guys. So the broadening top pattern is very, very likely. That is my primary wave count as well for the 5 waves. Now this is the lower term time frame. I expect even if you go towards 28,300, you're going to go there only once, and probably going to get a nice bounce towards 30,500 for the wave 2. Of course, remember, whenever we are going down, we can go down in 2 waves, in 2 structure, guys. So this is a learning thing for you guys. So if you really go down, you go down in 2 paths or 2 ways. First, you go down as in a 3 waves kind of a structure like this. Okay, that is the first way of going down. The second way of going down is a dump like this, a pump like this, a 5 wave structure. You're going to go down in a 5 waves. This is how you should go down. So you have two waves of going down. First, in both the ways, you're going to literally get bounced. The first 3 wave structure, you can get bounced till 786 Fibonacci levels, maybe even 886. It all depends. Okay, because if it is wave B, it can pump to literally 786 Fib and maybe even to 886 Fib. However, if it is 5 waves, it won't go above 702 Fibonacci level. 702 is your hard stop loss, or maybe a pump to 702, guys. So that is the reason I'm selling. In my view, most likely what we are going to get on this, we're going to most likely see, like, in my view, something like this, the 5 waves. So hence, what I think is, if you just compute the exact price as to what the retracement would be, let's say the bottom is in for the Bitcoin on lower term time frame, I expect the price to literally go towards 30,655, and max it should go to 702 Fibonacci levels of 30,943, guys. So we go there and we reject. That is going to give you the wave 2, guys. I hope you're understanding the concept of Elliot wave theory, guys, and what exactly we want to look over here. So also from the Fibs perspective, you know, even if let's say we are going a very, very bullish wave. The first wave normally goes around 0.5 to 0.618, and we're going to have a big support around 886. So till we are about 25.5, we are fine. We can literally just have one more push up and then break down. Possibility is always there. But remember, we are right. If you are shorting these levels, it's going to literally kill you guys. These are not the levels to short. You really want to short, as I mentioned, short when the quarterly levels of 28,474.4 is literally flipped as a resistance, not only on H1, not only on H4, but on daily, and that too, two daily consecutive candles should close under that levels. Remember, and why two? There is no rules. Nobody have written in the book that only two consecutive daily candles should close. No, it's based on my practical, knowledge and what I have traded since like 6 years now. That's what, based on the practical knowledge, I'm saying that I believe that, and what I've seen, whenever you get two consecutive daily candle close on the half-term time frame, the price tends to, move in that direction, which means that if it closes under that, OB, the price gets accepted and it just start dumping hard and hard. That's how it is. So that's what we have for the hard-term time frame on the Bitcoin, guys. I hope you got, I hope you understand it. Now let's go to the the Ethereum as well. So ETH, guys, if you simply look at the ETH, this is the Bybit chart on the ETH. So first of all, we are having a bear flag structure on the ETH. I've already discussed this previously on each and every live stream. So this is what the bear, the bear harmonic that we have. It's very similar to what we have for Bitcoin. And this harmonic also suggests that we most likely going to break down under 1626 at some point of time. And what I personally feel is for ETH is currently ETH is holding a very strong levels, guys. The 1770 is a very strong levels, and you don't want that levels to to break down at this point. So once the 1770 level is going to break down, we're literally going to go to the bullish OB that we have. The bullish OB is between 1750 to 1720. That's where we're going to get our first bounce for ETH. And once you get your bounce from there, I think you're literally going to get the bounce from those levels towards 1830 to 1846. And from there, we can literally start dumping down. However, as I mentioned for Bitcoin, do not short the range lows. A similar view for the ETH. We are at the range lows. Do not try to short the range lows. Short it when we simply lose the important levels of 1770. Short it only when the price gets acceptance under 1770 on daily, two consecutive daily candle close. Okay. Over here, the primary idea for ETH is says same as Bitcoin. I do expect a bounce for the wave 2, and as you can see from the structure as well, there is a very strong inside out pattern formed or maybe forming. So you see, this was our range lows. We already got a wick inside, which means the price already broke inside it, and people might be literally shorting it here. So now I would like to see a pump up towards 1931, making a very interesting head and shoulder and inside. And also there we have OB, untested OB around somewhere around 1930 to 1940 levels. You have a strong OB there, retest it, and then break down to the bullish OB. And once you get this breakdown, we're going to get 1-2 bounce like this, and it's just going to do something like this, for ETH. Or maybe we might just hold these levels of 1686 and start moving back up as well. Probability is there, but for now, trust me, on the lower time frame, I do think that Ethereum is likely to have that push up towards 1930, 1935 for the wave 2 or wave B at this point, because the way it is just the way the structure is forming, it's very difficult on the lower time frame to tell you that whether the move on the downside is your wave 1 or wave A. The only way of telling you concretely after that we can have a confirmation what kind of a retracement we're going to get. Either we're going to literally reject from 702618 Fibonacci levels, or it's just going to pump it towards 786 886 Fib. If it rejects from 702618, would confirm that the move down is in 5 waves. However, it just pumps for the towards 786 to 886 Fibonacci levels. It's just going to give us a strong confirmation that the move the dump that we are going to get is ABC move, 3 waves, which means that the next dip towards $1,700 or the bullish OB is simply going to be a big buy for ETH. I hope you're getting what I'm trying to tell you. If you have any queries, please ask me anything. Do not go or from this live stream with a query. All your queries should be resolved. That's what the idea and the purpose is, guys. That's what we have for ETH, my friends. XRP, I was having this harmonic yesterday, but as I mentioned, it's a very risky harmonic, and the invalidation is very tight, 0.6494, roughly around 0.65 cents. Once the 65 cents is lost, we're just going to simply dump to like a form like a Burj Khalifa kind of a thing. So now this harmonic is invalidated, and we are literally going to dump more, guys. So I think XRP is simply not to be longed at this point, in my view. Even if you really want to long it, how you would long it, it can literally do something like this. Might just have one more down like this, and just literally retrace the whole move, retest, and then come back down like this. So 67 cents can be retested one more time, because it's a strong, it was a support, now it has been shifted to a resistance. So it can play something like this, guys. 67 cents is going to be tested at some point of time. Okay, let's go to I'm not going to check over here on this public live stream the indexes like total, USDT, and much more on the alts. That's what I'm going to be doing the private live stream on my Discord with almost like 300 members. So I'm just going to do with them. But if you really have any queries, you can simply post it on Twitter or ask me on Twitter, or probably you can simply join the Discord and ask me in there, no problem. Now let's go to the chart, Solana. I'm just going to take one more Solana. Solana, as I mentioned, I'm expecting Solana to literally go down. This was the chart I shared in my last live stream I had. I mentioned that Solana is having the deviation on the range highs. So as I mentioned, I'm expecting Solana to go literally to the equilibrium. The equilibrium of the range is somewhere around, and you also have the OB there around 21.5. Now as we have moved down, guys, on the Solana, right now we are literally at the OB that we have. So what you expect, or what I would like to see on the Solana, I would like to see Solana having one more wave down like this towards to the OB of 21.5 to 21.1, and when you have that OB, I would like to see it hold and then probably go for a pump up towards 27.2. This needs to be retested once, and once we have this retested, maybe it can form M pattern like this, a simple M pattern. A very M patterns are very bullish, guys. Remember, M like this M pattern, or it can just form like a bullish M pattern like this. So M patterns are very bullish. So I think 21.5 to 21.1, one more move down, hold it there, and just go towards 27.5 is a very interesting setup for Solana. So yeah, as you can understand, as you can see that what I expect for Bitcoin. Now remember, whatever else you want me to check, simply you need one thing: Bitcoin and Ethereum chart. That is going to decide what the alts are most likely going to do. So we are saying that I expect that Bitcoin is most likely, even if it even if let's say we expect that Bitcoin can have one more sweep down towards 28.3. It's a very small move down, but from there it's going to literally pump up towards 30.6 and maybe even to 31k. Okay, similarly for ETH as well. So we expect that the retracement, a pump is coming, okay, and that is going to be your sucker pump. The pump is coming, so means that you should be literally buying dips for a very strong alts like Sol. Compare this Sol chart, just look at this chart, memorize this chart, whatever it is there on here, a range, a deviation of the range, and a retest. Just memorize this chart. Varsha, please memorize this chart. I want you to memorize this chart, and once you have memorized this chart, please just let me know. I'm going to take you to another chart, a very similar kind of a PA, a price action, which tells you what exactly going to be your next move. Are you done? Now let's go. Let's go to the Phantom. Look at this chart for the Phantom. Don't get amazed from this chart. Phantom. So what exactly is, you know, what exactly happened with the Phantom? Well, here, guys, stay here. So what exactly happened with the Phantom? We are just playing, you know, the range, and once you have the range, you will know exactly what the price of an asset might do. So perfect. That's a very interesting way. Look at what it did. This is the range highs, you know, for the Phantom. Study this chart. Study this chart. This is the range highs. This is the range lows. And what we did, multiple deviation on the range lows, multiple. And when you get the deviation on the highs like this, what it does, it goes very close to the equilibrium, bounce, and retesting the range highs again. Again, back it down, have a deviation, you know, like this, and retesting this again. So meaning your range highs is now the levels. Whenever the price goes there, you simply short it. Simply short it. You know, simply short it. Whenever the price goes close to the equilibrium, you simply long it. Okay, you can just keep you know, a little bit breathing gap between, you know, the stop losses, because it can literally go for the deviation for a time being, but it's just going to reverse from there and literally going to test the deviation before it start dumping. That's exactly how I think Sol is going to play out. You see, that's the kind of a price action I expect Solana to also play out. Every else are playing this way. You know, after pumping, that does a very similar kind of a thing. A very similar kind of a thing. Now look at this chart and look at what XRP feels like to you. You see a very similar kind of a thing. XRP is also feeling a very similar kind of a thing. You see, just simply here we don't have a deviation yet, but once it goes back inside this 55.8, it's going to be the deviation, and then 42.4 is where you buy, 55.8 is where you short. Again, you literally short, you know, the same M pattern, correct? So it's like XRP also will start following this pattern once it goes back inside the range. And that's how I think the M pattern continues forming for every else, guys. So I hope the chart for Solana and Phantom is clear. Phantom, guys, again I'm telling you, is forming a very strong M pattern. Yeah, this is the big M pattern, and inside this big M pattern, it's having another, you know, M pattern. You see, another M pattern, and surprisingly, it's holding 22.4, 886 Fibonacci levels very, very strongly, guys. Now the only thing you want to long, let it flip, you know, 24 cents. Once it flips, you can long with a tight stop loss and let it ride. Honestly, this M pattern looks very interesting to me, and it can literally retest the levels of 40 cents in a matter of few days. It's going to give you a very nice gains, guys. Even if you just literally want to long 1x, you're going to make like 20-30% in this move, or maybe even 80% in this move, with a risk of only 10%, even less than 10%, guys. Okay, so that's what our technical analysis and this live stream was all about. If you like, please create a Bybit account or a Bitjet account. I've partnered myself with a Bitjet. If you don't want to use KYC, create an account and trade over there. You can find more details in my Discord. It's you can simply hop in the Discord and get those links. Also, you know, if you feel that you already have a KYC account on Bybit, you can transfer from the old account to the new one. It's very easy. Yeah, DOT is another coin, guys, you should be having eyes on. A very interesting coin, and it's lagging a lot. It was your top 20 coins or top 30 coins in the bull run. Okay, right now it's nowhere near to those numbers. So because the way the price action is, the way the price is forming, it's simply, you know, not I don't know why, but it's just simply not reacting to or the way it should pump. I expected the move from here to retest at least equilibrium of $6 and from there reject and form like a 3-tap pattern. Okay, but the way I see now is, you know, the way I see DOT is, I think it also have, you know, forming like an inside out pattern. So even if you go down, 4.75 is where I think, or 4.75 to 4.7 is where I would like to see DOT bouncing from there and going towards the OB that we have to 5.4, flip 5.4, and we can literally go like this to 6.2 as well, because that's a nice OB, reject from there and maybe retest like this. It can go for one more sweep down like this, again form a deviation. Okay, and because, you know, the probability is this is 5 waves is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and that's going to be a 5 waves, one more sweep of the lows, and khalas, it's just going to most likely reverse it. So there are two ways. So 4.75 to 4.7 is where you should be looking to long for DOT, even if for a scalp, towards 5.4 or maybe 5.5. If 5.5 level is flipped, then it's going to pump to 6.2. Now let's look from the Fibs perspective. If you are having a diagonal kind of a structure for the 5 waves, it should not go more than 618 Fib, which is perfectly going around 5.9, you know, 5.9 levels. We have almost reached there, so the top might be in that case. Hence, what you want to see for the DOT is something like this. Take the liquidity, bounce up here, retest 5 waves like this, reclaim it, accumulate here for like 1, 2, and then start chopping up back up like this, reject, come back down for the 5 waves, and then go up like this. It's going to be very interesting, but it's going to take some lot of time. These are the two ways I can see DOT might play out. If it's just going for the 5 waves, this is how it should play. You also have a very, very strong diagonal kind of a structure formation over here, guys. Just look at this diagonal. It's a real diagonal, and it's also known as the bullish wolf waves. So for this to play out, now you don't want DOT to flip 5.5. 5.5 is levels where you don't want to see DOT flip. Once 5.5 is flipped, trust me, the bottom is in, and it's just going to simply fly to 6.2, reject, come back down, this retesting 4.5, and then pump it back up towards $8, the way Link did. Okay, a very interesting chart I have for Link. I'm just going to share in my Discord, and good opportunity. I see the weekly Link is looking great, daily is looking great too. So I think Link is going to be coming to a very major level, guys. That's all, guys. Thank you so much for your support, and if you have not yet like or followed our new 21M Technicals Twitter account, please do give a follow. You might get literally a lot of information from there, guys. So thanks a lot, have a nice day, and take care, guys. I love you so much for your support. Thank you.